doing things, but at the moment, this is the only way.
It's like gambling almost.
If you live in
like
any
playing slot
city in
machine,
Canada,
right?
you see many people
Because
struggling
you
with
don't know when you're gonna
homelessness.
get every-
Do you wonder how they got there? Well, that's the story award-winning documentary filmmaker Michael Del Monte wanted to tell in His Name is Ray. It opens our eyes to one man's daily fight to survive. We're elated to have Michael join us on this Thursday morning. Good day, Michael.
Hey, Sid. Thanks for having me.
It's, you know, you drive around a big city in Canada, you see someone struggling, it becomes normal, it becomes commonplace. Maybe you help out some days, maybe you don't, and it's just part of the routine. Did you try to just eliminate that with this and really, really humanize Ray?
100%. I mean, I was one of those people that drove by. I mean, I used to drive by Ray every day. He was at an intersection on my way home from work, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. You know, you see the same person. Ray had this distinct hunch as he walked, and, you know, he would count his change on the sewer grate, and I always kind of hoped the light would turn green and I'd be able to drive by. And, you know, one day I just felt convicted, like I got to get to know this guy who's in my neighborhood, this reality I tried to avoid. And I talked to him, got to know him a little bit, and I you know, found the guy totally fascinating, that he was once a sailor, dreamed of getting back on the water, kind of felt like he was shipwrecked, and he invited me to follow him on the streets, and that's what we did.
How did he get to that point? I mean, obviously, drugs took over, and there was a hard turn in his life, like what happens to a lot of people, especially now during this pandemic, as we would expect. What was he like before?
You know, he was pretty private about his past life. I tried digging into it, and you know, he was in the Coast Guard. He got a dishonorable discharge, and then he kind of got on the boat, and you know, your addiction takes everything from you. You know, you got to feed it. It's a sad reality. Ray's got so much potential. He's intelligent. He finds these campsites. He finds the best intersections where the traffic flow is. But you know, now the addictions caused him to lose everything except this dream he has of one day sailing again. And so that's what we see throughout the film, is this fight between, you know, your dream of getting back on the water and this addiction that's keeping you on the streets.
Hotdocs.ca is where you can see His Name is Ray. Quickly, Mike, before we let you go, describe Ray in one word for us.
Friendly. He was incredibly welcoming, friendly, brought me into his community, met his friends, brought me into his tent, brought me into his world, and kind of invited all of us to get out of their car to watch this story. And that's kind of what the film is, an invitation to stop your car and live on the streets with him.
Filmmaker Michael Del Monte joining us this morning. This is obviously a passion project. These are always worth your time. Again, hotdocs.ca. Mike, congratulations on the film. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Sid.
Check it out. It is definitely worth your time. All right, speaking of time running out on a batch of almost expired AstraZeneca vaccines that are supposed to be at pharmacies, underline supposed to be, across the city, but have yet to arrive. What is the holdup? Mel's got that story next. Good Thursday morning. You're watching BT.